Bart threw away Lisa's favorite hat. When Lisa suddenly realized her hat was gone, she searched all over Springfield for it. Guilt came looking for Bart, but he didn't feel sorry for throwing Lisa's hat away, so the guilt just kept growing. The next morning, Marge asked Bart if he'd seen Lisa's hat.
Did she have a hat? I don't remember any hat.
Bart saw Lisa sleeping while holding her saxophone, so he decided to come clean to her. Bart admitted he'd thrown her hat away because he was jealous of her, and he hoped she could forgive him, since he was feeling guilty now.
Then I hope your guilt will grow, and grow, and grow. And no matter how much you try to pretty it up.
Even though Bart had prepared cupcakes, and everything else Lisa liked, he still couldn't get her to forgive him. Bart went back to the spot where he'd thrown the hat, and luckily, it was still there. But the next second, the hat got crushed into the garbage pile. Bart found Flanders' kids, and begged for God's help, but it did nothing. Bart accidentally spilled his soda, and it just so happened to dissolve part of the garbage, so he got a big basin of soda, then used the power of faith to lift the garbage pile. Once he got the hat, Bart rushed home to give it back to Lisa, but Lisa said the hurt wouldn't go away.
He's trying to be nice.
Bart was about to leave when he heard crying. Lisa had already forgiven him. The two of them made up. Marge was having a pleasant chat with Johnny, when suddenly, Johnny cut her off. The next second, he pulled out a gun, and robbed the bank. Everyone dismissed the two inexperienced robbers. A staff member tried to press the alarm button, but after being caught, Clyde accidentally triggered the alarm switch instead. Marge's phone started ringing, which panicked the robbers. They began firing randomly at the surroundings. A security guard, who was on his first day at work, was innocently killed in the chaos. Clyde was so scared that he jumped out the window and fled, while the sheriff at the door was munching on a donut, and didn't notice any of this, so the deputy next to him had to draw what he saw on a piece of paper. Marge tried to persuade Johnny to surrender, but Johnny had just gotten out of prison, had nothing to his name, and refused to go back. When an infrared scope locked onto him, he only begged Marge to visit him in prison. Marge hesitated.
Hey, if I can say yes to Chinese toys that kill kids, you can say yes to him.
Okay, I'll visit you right.
Before leaving, Johnny even reminded Marge of her promise. This left Marge feeling uneasy. When she mustered up the courage to go to the prison, she suddenly spotted an orchard where apples were being picked.
In fact, I really shouldn't show up without an apple pie for everyone at the prison. Oh my, it's 5 o'clock. I miss visiting hours.
Marge even went so far as to replace all the light bulbs in her house, just to avoid going to the prison. The phone suddenly rang. Marge threw it straight into the sewer, but the ringing just wouldn't stop. She had no choice but to fish it out and answer. Having waited in vain for Marge's visit, Johnny broke out of prison directly, and planned to take revenge on Marge. Lisa pushed Homer's roasted pig away.
Bart, no!
What?
Sorry, force of habit. Lisa!
Everyone was shocked. Lisa pushed the roasted pig out onto the street. Homer and Bart chased after her closely. The roasted pig fell into the river. It blocked the water outlet. Finally, it got sprayed out. Mr. Burns said he would donate $1 million to the orphanage if pigs could fly.
Will you be donating $1 million now, sir?
No, I do prefer not to.
It turned out that after Lisa came back from the farm, the lamb chops in front of her reminded her of the cute little lambs.
Please, Lisa, I thought you loved me. Love me.
Marge suggested that Lisa eat meat from other animals, but Lisa had already become a vegetarian. When getting food in the cafeteria, since Lisa didn't eat meat, she could only get the bread outside the hot dog. In class, Lisa couldn't bring herself to dissect an earthworm either. Homer wanted to throw a barbecue party, but Lisa hoped no meat would be served. Homer said normal people all loved meat, and that you couldn't win friends over with just salads.
You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. You don't win friends with salad. Mom! I didn't mean to take sides. I just got caught up in the rhythm.
In an attempt to get Lisa to eat meat again, the principal played an educational video from the Meat Association, and had even prepared a big basin of tripe in advance. Lisa tried to stop the other students, but instead ended up being isolated by them. When she got home, Lisa made a big bowl of tomato soup, only to be mocked for it. As soon as Lisa returned to her room, a piece of meatloaf hit her. Just as Homer was showing off his roasted pig, Lisa used a cart to push the grill away directly.